and Lift Adventures YouTube channel. I trust that you are all well and looking after yourselves, and welcome to the first of the routes that I'm going to be covering that's going to be facing a potential axe in January 2023, which is next year. And the first one we're starting off with is of course the 10I Stourbridge to Norton and Pedmore Circular, which was introduced in 2019 to replace the former Diamond Bus 288. And the reason why this route is going to be withdrawn, this is due to the fact that it's due to low passenger patronage, low passenger usage. And of course I was the only one who was actually travelling on the 10A. But however, when I travelled on the 10C, which is after this video, there were passengers on, and they were also talking about the future of the services, especially the 298 and 299, which goes Lyon Pedmore Fields, and of course the 250 and the 251. So it is going to be a bit of a shambles, since we're going to hear the loss of a handful of services. This is due to the fact that they have not seen a passenger growth since pre-pandemic, because if you remember, everyone was travelling on buses before the COVID pandemic. But however, when the COVID pandemic did hit, it just knocked everything off. So it is a shame if we do lose all these lovely services, because they have served the community for good many years now, and it will be missed. Yes, it will. Of course it will be missed, because I know these bus services are key for most people going from A to B. Some people like to travel on these buses just to explore all these different destinations, but however, it is great if you get on them to go from A to B.
Taken over by National Express West Midlands and moved into the 10A.
there'll still be a link between Stourbridge and the Mary Stevens Park. But there'll be just like 2 operators if the 10A and 10C does go completely. So we're just right now by the Old Whitehorse, which used to be known as the Harvester. So here we are, just going down the road. Down there where my finger is, it used to go down there. It's just pointing the finger down to, used to go straight down and then used to turn off the Greyhound. Now that area is now totally isolated because due to the fact there is low patronage and just probably on the far approach is the 125 service original into Stourbridge by Kidminster. So it is a shame to see a loss of National Express service, of course, due to the fact. So maybe there could be a chance, maybe another operator might take over, but you don't. It could be a doubt that this service could be phased out completely, because due to the fact this service only runs Mondays to Fridays, there's no service on Saturdays or Sundays or bank holidays. As you probably know, the COVID has really affected a lot of bus services due to all the flooding floods. Because what they did, they lost the 481 from Stourbridge to Cheltenham. They used to run a Cheltenham service first, they used to go all the way from Stourbridge to Cheltenham, but Cheltenham no longer. Now there's no longer a Cheltenham service, Stourbridge, meaning passengers who want to go from the Worcestershire area to Cheltenham to go to Evesham on the X50, then change for the change from 540 to Tewkesbury. Used to go further to Cheltenham, but then you have to change to Tewkesbury and then get on the station service and take to Cheltenham. And of course the 363 used to go direct from Worcester down to Tewkesbury. It only goes to Brockeridge Common now, so there's quite a lot of lost routes now in them. So as you know, routes are now coming to an end. It is a shame that we've lost so many good routes over the years, but however it's due to all the funding cuts that's happened over the years, and it's disappointing to lose all these great non-good services, but however it's due to the end of the contract. So they tend to maintain the service. This is empty, and also this actually reminds me of the 52, the old Wolverhampton to Combsley Caselli, because that was they had to be withdrawn because due to low passenger numbers, so there was no passenger numbers on the 52 bank service, but that's been taken over by the 81 totally, because now back to do the daytime 81 done its work. Now I'm gonna doing that route on Thursday coming up. Friday there won't be any videos at all because due to the fact we've got other commitments to sort out. But next week, we're hoping next Tuesday will be, well, the 298, 299 fresh. But it's just these routes I've got to concentrate on because due to the fact I had to delete a lot of space on my phone because I need a lot more memory to enhance more videos. Because yesterday I did 363 that used to run Worcester to Stourbridge, because the Stourbridge now rolled to Ribble. So it's a shame to see a loss of all these routes. So we're now going down these tighter states areas now. So it's a shame to lose such brilliant services over the years. So as you probably know, we're now going around these tight bends. Now this is a bit like the Stourbridge 24 route and the Merry-Hill, the one from Merry-Hill, and that is a busy and that, I know that's a busy service and that's been operating by National Express since 2019. It's possible they might be going to keep that one running for the time being. And also the 28 and the 14A and also the 57. I'm not sure if the 57 is going to be taken off, but I will be covering that in the next few weeks, because I am focusing on all these bus cuts and also hopefully doing the special 298, 299, which is the one that goes through North, because those are the routes that are going to be taken off completely. So it's a shame that we're losing all these lovely services, because I know they have served the area for many years now. But it's the bus cuts aren't sustainable anymore. Because if you look at Kidderminster, Hampton one way across the past the Old Hospital. So it's a shame to lose these good routes because due to the fact that these services are no longer function to operate anymore, so all these routes will possibly eventually become redundant. They'll become redundant because of the lack of fund to operate and maintain the service. Stourbridge, so just by the fire station, the back of the fire station, so just by the fire department, so just by the fire station, just going over past the Elm Centre, and there's the track of the Stourbridge Town branch line, which is a single line, which is the shuttle that's the power people move from the 6 now. Stourbridge. So this is Stourbridge, and see you all again for more videos. I'm watching this here. Guys, we are now doing the 10C from Stourbridge to Penmore and Norton. Now this is also the other route that's going to be cut off because we've done the 10A, now we're doing the 10C, and it's going to be, I know it's disappointing to see the loss of the 10A and 10C completely, but however the 10A is empty, but however this one has picked up, because if you remember when Diamond did this, now this also replaced the Diamond 288, and Diamond is really now felt like that there's nothing left on this route now, because due to the end of 10, because it's due to poor tender usage. So of course there's the select bus 242 just right there, and that's en route to Kimber. And that replaced Green Bus, which did this service originally, which did the service originally, which replaced a former the old Diamond 228 route, and now that route had got wrecked because due to the fact that, well, it has gone back through Wollaston Junction like what the 228 does, did, and the old 227, but however, the service just no longer goes to Merry Hill, so that means Merry Hill no longer has the link to Kimber. So there's a shambles, there's lots of great routes around Stourbridge. The only routes are sustainable that continuing is the 8s, 9s, 6s and the 16, and of course the 17, 17A and the 125 and the 142 and the 318 and the 242. But I'm not 100% sure about the 57 yet, but I think that one's been retained by Diamond, by NX. I think they're keeping that service running as normal, but you don't know what's going to happen yet. But I know that service has been retained due to the fact it interworks with the 17, but that could likely get the chop. I don't know. It's all up in the air at the moment because you don't know what's going to happen with all these routes all going, so we're just going past the Stourbridge Merc garage. So this is the Mercedes garage. So the Stourbridge Merc garage, the Mercedes Benz, which also makes minibuses, like especially they also do the buses like the Citaros, and they also do the Stratas as well, and the Sprinters. Because I know Diamond's got a lot of Sprinters. Well, they're now at back at Redditch Depot because they're built for the DRT service in Broxgrove. Well, Kidderminster Depot did run the DRT September time, because due to the fact that Reading's lost all the Stratford work, also all the Solihull work. Well, most of Solihull. The only Solihull routes they do now is the 69 to Brentwood Park and also the A1 and A2 to Danswood. So that will possibly be the only service left. And of course the 89's going as well, Solihull to Coventry, Waltham Common. But I think Stagecoach might likely take over that team, but I don't know if they want to fall for it. So, Parkfield. Seen a loss of all these good routes, but they will be missed. So Stourbridge has like 2 circulars, well 3 circulars, but they'll soon be all vanished. 298, 299, Brickball Fields, 250, 251 Merrick Hill, which I think they'll save them. And of course this one here, the 10A and 10C. The 57 is also a circular. So it goes around 14. So we actually do what was the 288, which was run by Reaper on Control West Midlands Diamond. Quite a handful of operations that will be serviced now. The only alternatives that might want, if they do want to get another operator on, will either be Diamond or Custom Operator, because they're the only ones who can do the service now. Uploading the channel on updating the channel on a regular basis, more sort of videos that will be delivered to the channel, so I will deliver more videos on the channel so I can keep the channel afloat, and we will. tracks of the circuit. So then guys, we're now on part with Pedmore and Old Swinford on the service 10C. So we've done the 10A, we're now doing the 10C. And of course this is the route that's also going to be facing the potential cut income the new year. So it's going to be a disappointment to see the loss of this service. Now, as you probably know, this service was introduced the same year as the 10A, running between Stourbridge, Norton and Pedmore Circular. Before, it was a direct route towards Norton. So this route has been operated on behalf of IGO, Hanson's. Quite a few routes used to do this service, but now this route is totally withdrawn. It's going to soon be totally withdrawn altogether. So it is going to be a big shame to lose such an iconic route. But however, with these iconic routes, they're now coming to a complete end. So they will be missed. I'm sure they will be missed. But however, it's due to all the money costs of maintaining the services. So most services can no longer be affordable to continue as long as they decide to renew their contract. Certain routes might try their best to get renewed, but I don't know what's going to happen just yet. Like I say, there's no guarantee at the moment, so I can't guarantee what routes are going to get changed. They might change the number, might change the route around, but I just don't know what's going to happen. As you say, there is no guarantee, so I cannot guarantee if anything like that is going to happen. So I have to look at the draw and play it by ear and just see what happens. So what we just have to do is act now. That would be one professional thing to do. We just have to act now and see what happens, because I know it's important that our services are vital for customers who need to get from A to B, of course, because that's what buses are built for. And even though you can travel on them because they are fun, going from one destination to another, but these are circular services. So we're just going around part of the Norton area and back of Mary Stevens Park, so it is going to be a shame to lose this iconic service. So as you probably know, I've just been looking at some old Midland Red routes on Midland Red Net. Now, if you know the 37 that used to go Worcester to Bavaria, that was actually went the same route as the 303, and went to Stourbridge. So it went to Stourbridge Library. So it went same way as the 303, and then same way as the 125 down to Stourbridge. And terminated at the Stourbridge Library. It didn't go into the bus station, it went to Stourbridge Library, so that was a good service, to be honest. That was a brilliant service, and then it just went Worcester to Bavaria from when they withdrew it, because then they withdrew it and replaced it with the 303. So that's the route we know today, and of course the 36 goes to the Royal Hospital. They've still kept that service running, so that is great that they've got that service running still, the 36, and quite a few of the handful of the tender routes. I'm so glad they've still kept the tender routes going. So that is brilliant that they've still kept them afloat. And of course the 37 used to go to the Harleys. It used to go to the Lippard Tesco store, but it doesn't anymore. Of course, there was a 37C that used to go to Blackpool, and the 38 used to go to Lowerwick. But now, as we know today, it goes to the Royal Hospital. Used to go to Purdy's Well and Warndon. So there was quite a few withdrawn services across Worcester. And of course there used to be a 40 from Kidderminster to Cornsall via Cuckley, which is now known as the 9A and 9C. And of course there was even a 40A that used to run to Kimver. So it possibly went the same way as the 582. So I will look at into the 40A, which used to run to Kimver. So that was a good service, the 40A. So there's quite a few long lost routes that have gone for good. So there was even a service to Oxford from Chipping Norton. But however, the 44 that goes to Great Malvern, that's still running. Hopefully that will still continue in the new year, but because I know that is a popular Midland Red route. There's quite a few Midland Red routes still around. They've still kept going. So there's quite a lot of old abandoned routes have now been taken off. There was a 54A that used to go from Redditch to Oakenshaw circular. The 55, that's now been withdrawn because that's now parting with the 52A. So there was a 55 that used to go, that's now the 52A. There was even quite a few routes. There was a 56 as well. There was a 56. There was a 60 to Matchborough, 63. So there was quite a few routes that have now gone. And it's because when you lose all these services, that means you lost them for good. Even if they were popular, it is a shame to lose all these good routes. And of course you had the 108, that's now the X15. So it's a shame to see a loss of all these lovely services. But however, they were just not making enough money anymore because they just didn't get sustained enough. And the 124 used to go all the way to Dudley through Bearwood, Blackheath, Old Hill and Cradley, and all the way to Dudley. That was a good service as well. And he even went to the Merry Hill. He even went to Merry Hill at one time. And the 124, that was a great service. Well, no. The 124, that was the 123 that went to Perry Bar. So it's a shame to lose all these good routes. That's because they just weren't making enough money anymore. And still you got the 133 that goes to Chaddesley Corbett. Well, did go to Bromsgrove, but it just goes to Droitwich. It only goes to Droitwich. But that was a good service, that was. It used to go into Bromsgrove. So they have lost a handful of services over the years due to poor patronage. So you did have the 142 that used to go from Birmingham to Bromsgrove, but that's not the Halesowen one. That's actually a different service. So they have lost a handful of services. So anyway, we're now back at the Old White Horse now. So we're now back at the Old White Horse, which was also known as the Harvester. So that was also known as the Harvester. So shame that all these good services are all gone for good, and it looks like they'll never be seen ever again. I don't think they will. The 246 Dudley to Stourbridge, that's still retained, but that's just under. But that's just now known as the number 6, and there was the 257A, which you'd class the 17A and the 257. 291 only used to go as far as the Far Forest at one time, but then it got extended to Tenbury. 292 used to go to Birmingham and also Kidderminster, Leominster, Hereford, because that was a good service as well. So the 292 still exists. 295 no longer exists. 297 still exists. 298, 299, but they're just in different areas. The 299 used to go to Blakeshaw Common at one time. Blakeshaw Common Church, wherever the church is. And of course, The 300 used to go to there, but I'm not sure where the church is at Blakeshall. I don't think there's a church, but I think it went past that one-armed telegraph pole. But I'm going to be hunting these different routes that have been withdrawn over the years, because a handful of services have been taken off because how they got hit hard by the COVID. So it is a shame to see a loss in these good routes that have served our community for a good many years. So it is a shame to see a loss in good services, but however, the routes are no longer sustainable to be maintained, so that means they'll be withdrawn, and then people will moan saying they want our bus back. But no, you can't run a service if it doesn't make enough money. So we're just now coming back into Stourbridge, so I hope you enjoyed the journey all the way from on the Stourbridge Circular. So we will be making more videos again in a not too distant future. On behalf of myself creating the YouTube channel, it's been a pleasure for me to be delivering you more videos, and I'll be delivering more and more exciting videos again in a not too distant future. So please keep an eye out for that, guys, for more videos. So we will be delivering more videos in the near future. So we're going to sign off, and the next video you'll probably see coming up on the channel is the number 9 service that goes from Birmingham, Stourbridge up to Birmingham. But we're going to do partially actual and but the actual's only between Stourbridge and How's Owen, and then we'll go virtual up into Birmingham. So that's going to complete the journey, and I hope to see you all again soon on another Joe's Bus Train Plan Lift Adventures video, which will take place in the not too distant future. Until then, it's a bye for now. Look after yourselves, take care, and I'll see you again soon. And Joe's Bus Train Plan Lift Adventures will get maintained in the not too distant future. So just enjoy the remainder of the journey. So here we are, just now arriving into Stourbridge Interchange. Thank you for watching the 10A and 10C routes. It's been a pleasure to have you along, so we'll see you again soon. More videos is going to be on the channel very, very soon here on Joe's Bus Train Plan Lift Adventures. And that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves. And more videos will come around very soon. Thank you very much for watching.